Ew! The morning after. You thought you came home with a beauty, turns out you had the streetwalker with a lot of makeup. Is this supposed to like indicate that she's being swallowed up by the ocean and no one realizes how depressed she is? High functioning depression is the most dangerous of depressions because like when you're just like normally depressed, people are like, oh, you're sad. But if you're high functioning depressed, you blend in and people have no idea. Mama got claws! Mama got claws! Believe it or not, but this Monster Wants to Eat Me anime about some Yuri couple is actually going to be, potentially anyway, the most messed up show of the season. And I'm sure there's going to be people ready to slam on their keyboard. How could a romance between two... No. Just shut up and listen. You have a high-functioning, depressed girl who lost her family at seemingly a young age. Wants nothing more than the sweet relief of death. Literally throughout that whole episode, you see her basically feeling like she's being swallowed up by the ocean, and she smiles and nods, everything's fine. Blending into society, no one having any idea she's one step away from jumping off a bridge. Then you have a monster, a mermaid, whose natural instinct is to eat humans, and for some reason this girl, she's the tastiest of the bunch. Yet that same monster, despite natural instincts wanting to consume her, and to be honest, if your potential love interest is saying you're such a snack I want to devour you, if that ain't romance, I don't want to live on this world anymore. But tangent aside, she is the entire reason seemingly this girl won't off herself. And there's a lot of uncertainty on where they're going to go. My assumption is that she wants her to live a full life. And by the end of her life, that's when she would eat her, in this kind of twisted, romantic kind of sense. But I walked into this show thinking it was going to be a case of normal girl, monster girl. Monster girl constantly has issues like trying to eat her but doesn't want to because she cares for her. And happy-go-lucky girl teaches her how to be normal. No, we got something so much more interesting. High-functioning depression is the most dangerous of all depressions because most of the time you don't even know the person's suicidal. And that's her entire persona. She doesn't want to exist. And a girl saying, I'm going to devour you, that's just a smile. Thank God someone's going to finally release me from the misery of this world. And then you have a monster whose natural instinct is for some reason to protect her. Sure, could we end up with a situation she's trying to fatten her up to make her even better? Maybe. But I think it's truly this weird, twisted love story that, depending on how they play with the themes and emotions here, could unironically be one of the most messed up shows of the season and potentially the year. I walked in just wanting a replacement, even if it was the Timu replacement of the summer Hikaru died, and somehow I think we're getting both versions. The BL and the Yuri, we eating good this season, everyone. That's all I'm saying. Now, you make sure you drop a like on this video, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here. Patrons where you catch my full live reactions to all this and more if you also want to help fund the channel and videos just like these. Because this show is not guaranteed to stick to YouTube. This will probably be a one-off. So if you want me to do weekly releases, you know the drill. You smash that like. You leave me a comment. I don't even care if the comment is Yuri lovers unite. I don't care. Just leave those comments. It does help the algorithm. Now, I walked in thinking maybe at best 6 out of 10. I was not expecting much. I really wasn't. I thought it was going to be surface level characterization. And to be honest, maybe I just misread the synopsis. I don't know. But I really thought it was just going to play out so much more generic. Like the moment when she's looking over the bridge and the water's bubbling and then she pulls her away. I was like, oh. I figure what's happening here is she kind of is having like a split personality thing going on. The monster girl, one hand wants to protect her, but then she's also trying to attack her. Turns out, no, there's just a lot of monsters in that ocean, and I guess those with fear of water are probably really going to stay away from the beach next summer because they're like, see, this just proves it. There's shit in the water. But no, like apparently she's like, listen, I am going to eat you, but not today. For now, you're going to enjoy life. And it's interesting because early into the episode, I thought to myself, oh, this is supposed to be a high-functioning suicidal girl. And I'm really glad by the end, she confirms that, like, hey, like, I want to die. Because I know damn well if that wasn't for that confirmation, I would have bozos in my comment section saying, no, she's not that sad. But yes, she is. Whether you've dealt with high-functioning depression yourself or you've experienced it with other people in your life, this is how it works. And I think I've never seen it detailed this way. The concept of her at multiple points feeling like she's surrounded by water. It's so brilliant because the concept of drowning is seemingly like the most painful ways, or one of the most painful ways to die, right? Like burning alive, sure, but eventually you're no longer feel the pain at a certain point. But drowning the whole time is just pain, and it goes against every natural survival instinct, so it's considered one of the worst ways to go. The concept of her sitting in class, surrounded by friends, like it should be an okay scene. And she's just sitting there, her personality as it always is, because that's what they've only ever known, but she's been high functioning, high masking depression this whole time, and she's like, yeah, I'm fine. But in actuality, it feels like she's being swallowed up by the ocean. It's such a beautiful narrative decision to explain just how up she feels right now. And that's why, because in a normal circumstance, a normal person, unless they're just really into monster girls, and listen, Gooners, I know there's a few of you out there with the way you want to be bent over by a centaur, like, Jesus, chill. I've had some wild comments in my time. But at the end of the day, if she was a truly happy girl, she would be running from her. She'd be like, nope, I don't want no monster girl saying she wants to eat me. But why does she smile at the end? Because she wants to die. Seemingly, she doesn't have the drive to fully jump or pull the trigger or tie that noose, but yeah, she's pretty close to just wanting it, like she wants it to be over. And to be honest, one wrong day and she might actually commit to the bit. But if someone's saying, I'm gonna do it for you, it'll be interesting. I definitely think over the course of the show, we'll see her have elements of happiness more and more, and yeah, there will be a love story, obviously, between these two. But at the end of the day, the thing that will be truly interesting is what the punchline will be for the mermaid, because I do feel like I'm onto something. Most likely they'll go the route, she's known her since childhood, like probably ever since her parents died or something like that, and she's probably fell in love at first sight, watched her grow up. And ultimately, yes, natural instincts, I want to consume you, but I think it's going to be a case of, I'm always pushing the timeline. Like, I'll eat her in a year, and then it'll be 2 years, 3 years, right? Like, because she truly likes her, and probably on her deathbed, something like that, that's when she would eat her. It'd be like this kind of like bittersweet, like, yeah, it's messed up, but at least they're always together now, sort of a thing. That's like the vibe I'm getting, but either way, the more you think of it, and the more potential they have, the more messed up this show becomes. Is it one of the most beautiful shows I've seen this year? Absolutely. The water animation reminds me of PA Works' anime called Nagi no Asakura. Great show, you should watch it. It's 2 cores, beautiful, but water visuals, there's not too many that really blow me away. This is definitely one of them alongside that PA Works show. I think a lot of people are going to try to argue against me. No, it's not going to be that. Like, yeah, she's a little depressed. Yeah, she doesn't want to die, but we see that. But no, the way they're detailing someone who's truly this dead inside, I truly think is one of the most messed up things I've seen this year. Now, on a visual level, no, I've seen gorier, I've seen more shocking, but that's not where depression and the real messed up stuff comes from. It's usually the narrative of how they're telling a suicidal girl story here, and that's what she is. This is a must watch. I truly think it will be slept on. No one's gonna watch it. There's gonna be like 100 of us watching it every week, it'll feel like, but hopefully the anime community proves me wrong. Airs on a decent day of the week. No excuses, but I'm sure people will anyway. You don't get a lot of, like, I think Yuri shows more so than boys love shows. They get, like, pandered to in a fetish bait way more. So, like, when you see Yuri shows, it's really just there for, like, queer bait. Where this show, it seems like it's actually going to tell a story between these two, but it's also going to have that depression side. And honestly, it feels like this show and Summer Hikaru Died are going to be 2 sides of the same coin, and I'm absolutely here for it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you want more videos on this on the channel, because else it's going to live over on Patreon. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and of course, Patreon's where you catch my full live reactions and other exclusives, like, hey, I also like to give video shoutouts to my patrons. Alright, so today we got the King, Takia Williams, M4I3X, Fire Red 100, Nympha, Manen, Cume, Ruin Bun, James Baxted, and we also have Devin Reese. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.